Wait a minute.
Whoa.
Uh-oh.
Now look at the signal strength return here. Now that's high.
That's a tail of an airplane. Right there. That's it. Look at that. That's a 15-foot wing, 30-foot wingspan. Look at the tail. Look at the tail. I think we got a tail and a wing. See it? We got a tail and a wing.
Could this be it, Noah? Pat, come over here. Take a look at this. Passing over a debris field.
No way. What do you got? Take a look.
Does that look like a wing and a tail? Fuselage and a tail to you?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Hey, Captain Dave. Yeah. Like we're over some kind of debris field. I think it's time to put some divers in the water.
Sounds good. Let's get them in.
Okay.
Jake, you got 70 foot of water underneath the boat. Head due north. U pattern. Don't go below 100 foot.
Okay, Jake, if you find the wreck, I want you to look to see first if the windshield is intact. I want you to look inside the cockpit if that's intact. If the cockpit's intact, look to see if the seat belts, either one, are still hooked up.
After the crash, Noah claims he was removed from the plane by an unknown entity, possibly the same entity that brought the plane down. Noah was rescued outside of the plane. The only way out would have been through the windshield. If the seatbelt and windshield are intact, it would support Noah's story of what happened.
Noah, to give him the tail number?
That's 81 Mike.
81 Mike. Good luck. Bring her up for us.
Has the team found the wreckage of Noah's plane?
I found our target.
Could this plane wreck show proof of contact with an unidentified submerged object? In January 1980, an unidentified submerged object shoots a beam of light at pilot Noah Felice's plane, causing it to crash into the Santa Catalina Channel. The team is now searching for the downed plane. If they find this wreckage and the windshield is intact, they may have evidence of USO contact.
Jake, any luck?
I know what that plate was from. It's a small boat.
What?
Small boat.
Well, at first I thought it was a plane, and I was like, oh man, here it is. You start like moving around, looking at it. I go to the back and I see this very familiar shape. It's an outboard motor.
Outside of Felice's testimony, two other credible sources continue to list this area as the crash location: Catalina Baywatch and the Avalon Sheriff's Station. But now the mystery has deepened. The aircraft is not here.
Jake's come out of the water and he's done a lot of diving. He found a lot of targets down there, but didn't find Noah Felice's plane. Where is it? We're going to send Jeff and Ted to the lab. They're going to analyze the currents, the slope, the tides, the winds. They're going to find out what might have happened to Noah's plane. This is a mystery, but maybe in the lab we can figure out what happened to all that wreckage of Noah Felice's plane.
Since 1980, the plane could have drifted from its original position.
Hey John, Jeff.
Hey.
Jeff and I are here in Tyndall's lab, and we're going to recalculate the position, see if we can uncover any additional information that would help us get a better estimate of the location of the aircraft.
Science producer John Tyndall will demonstrate the forces at work below the surface of the water and what effect that might have had on Noah's plane over the past 27 years.
The Bernoulli effect basically says that fluid in motion has less pressure than static fluids. If you look at these two cards right here, we can actually pull them together by speeding up the liquid between them, or the fluid, in this case air, and we'll pull them right together. We see this all the time with airplane wings. The air moving over the top of the wing is moving faster than the air under the wing, creates a low pressure zone, you get lift. What we think might have happened to this wreck under the water is that as you have the wreck sitting there, and as the water currents are going over this, it's lifting it slightly, and if it's on an incline, it could be lifting and sliding down and lifting and sliding down and pumping itself deeper and deeper and deeper.
Let's see if we can prove that the aircraft fuselage has been agitated by a Bernoulli effect. If you look at the topography of the location just offshore there on Catalina Island, you have a very steep cliff face coming down to the waterline, and then actually it continues at a very steep slope down into the depths. And if the aircraft landed up close to the shoreline, and we believe that it landed in 40 to 50 feet of water, that it settled onto the bottom at a steep slope angle, which could lead to it sliding, moving over 30 years down slope and down into the depths.
So I'm going to start the current flow. It's going to be a little loud, but we'll just have to talk over that.
Yeah, and you see how it's actually digging out underneath the front side of the object and building up material
there
on the
it goes down,
backside.
right there.
Settling down.
As water rushes toward the sample, the ocean floor would be pushed away, allowing gravity to pull the object further downhill.
I think with the first dive, we didn't really have a good sense of just how steep this drop-off was.
In order to determine the location of the plane after almost 30 years of drifting, Ted uses the length of the Catalina airstrip as a guide.
Catalina airstrip at this scale is a little bit over 1.5 inches in length. We're getting a contour here that in about 0.2 inch is 60 feet of additional depth.
The amount of drift caused by the current, along with the steepness of the ocean floor in this area, may have caused the plane to fall deeper into the channel. This effect is known as mass wasting.
Mass wasting is any time you have movement, rocks, dirt, debris, downhill being pulled by gravity. That's how you get mudslides, or in the case of underwater, you get the debris moving downhill.
In this case, in Catalina, we have a number of the factors that would really exacerbate that effect.
The team believes the wetness of the soil, the lack of cohesion in the ocean sand, and the angle of incline are all causes for why this plane is missing.
You can see the big rocks are already rolling down. You know, so look at this mass wasting. Now just imagine if there were an object on the surface of the sand. It would just be traveling right down the hill with the whole pile of sand. So now there's our, our airplane fuselage sitting on the surface. So you're actually pushing water uphill against it, and we're going to see if it still falls downhill against that. There it goes. Look at that.
It came at it.
It fell towards, against the current.
The relationship between gravity and the cohesion effect on the granules, we can see that over a short period of time, the object moved fairly quickly. And over a long period of time, say 30 years, this object could have traveled quite far.
Guys, I think we've got our smoking gun.
Absolutely.
Yep. I have no doubt that in the location where we expect this crash site to be, with that slope and all the factors, that we've got a good amount of mass transport moving downhill into the depths. Based on this model and these experiments, we know this aircraft is further offshore.
Right.
And we'll just set up a new search grid just a bit further offshore.
The team dives deeper into the mysterious waters off Catalina. What they find only deepens the mystery.
How many plane wrecks are around here anyway?
Based on the experiments in the lab, the team heads out for a new area where they believe the wreckage has drifted. It's 2 miles east of their original search location.
Based on some new information we have, which is the expected water current in that area, we've extended the search pattern into some deeper water.
The new search area moves the team closer to the San Pedro Basin. At a depth of almost 1 mile, it is one of the deepest sections of the channel. Many UFO researchers believe that the high concentration of USO sightings here might be somehow related to this deep trench. They say that the depth offers an ideal hiding spot for USOs.
And this is what we're looking for. It's a Piper Cherokee low wing. We think that the wreck is somewhere around here, right? And the previous scans we've done are along this highlighted area. What we're predicting here is that this wreck has actually been slowly working its way down this steep slope, getting out into deeper and deeper water.
The strong current in the channel will cause objects to drift over time. As the current lifts objects from the floor, gravity will slowly pull it deeper into the channel. This is the scientific theory, but the team now has to consider a new theory, could the plane wreckage have possibly been taken by a USO?
We're going to speak to Preston Dennett. Preston is going to tell us what some of the stories are about the mysteries of this particular channel. He's written a lot of books on UFOs and USOs over Southern California. He's going to help us comb the mysteries of this channel and find out exactly what's going on with USOs over the Catalina Trench.
I think it's one of the hot spots for USO activity in particular in the world. It's extraordinary. The activity here goes back to at least 1947, the dawn of the modern age of UFOs. I've collected probably 50, 100 reports of this kind. In just this area here.
USO researcher and author Preston Dennett has tracked numerous reports in the Santa Catalina Channel and has a controversial theory on the concentration of USO sightings in this area.
And I came up with a theory that perhaps there is an underwater base here, which sounds fantastic, I know, but how else can you explain the huge number of reports?
Why would they choose this place as a base of all places?
They're here because of us. And what's unique about this particular area is it's very close to a large population base, Los Angeles.